our global powerhouses. Our Kenyan athletes excel in the long and middle distance races, while Jamaican athletes excel in the short distance races. There is definitely room for us to partner here. And this cooperation will therefore leverage on the existing comparative advantages to strengthen sports through the development of common training facilities for the benefit of the young people of both our two countries. As we have said earlier, Prime Minister, one sure way of ensuring that we deepen the partnership between our two countries is to encourage greater economic partnership between our two countries, to develop and to deepen trade. We had looked at our numbers and we have seen that this trade is almost non-existent. We need to deepen our economic relations because it's by so doing that we also take our people-to-people relations to the next level. Kenya today is one of the largest and most diversified economies on the African continent, and it also serves as a hub for logistics, air transport, financial services, ICT innovations. And here again, we encourage Jamaican investors as much as Prime Minister Holness was encouraging Kenyan investors to come together through our respective chambers and to take advantage of the opportunities that our two countries offer for further economic integration of our two countries, ultimately leading also with the signing of the Africa Free Trade Agreement, with the African market also opening up to Jamaica and to other countries in the Caribbean as well. The Prime Minister has also mentioned that we have had the opportunity also this afternoon to deliberate on existing opportunities for cooperation in air transport, especially now that our national carrier, Kenya Airways, has scheduled direct flights from Nairobi to New York. But as we were saying, we would like to see flights flying from the East Coast to the West Coast of Africa and directly to Jamaica and through Jamaica to the rest of the Caribbean as a true way of deepening that partnership. We have also had the opportunity to discuss how we can explore opportunities for cooperation also in tourism and the blue economy sectors, all that hold tremendous potential for wealth and job creation to the benefit of our respective citizens. We've also, again, had the opportunity to discuss our diaspora that contributes greatly to the national development of our two respective countries, but Jamaica definitely, in terms of percentage, has a much higher percentage of its citizens who live and work abroad and who contribute significantly to the growth and development of Jamaica. We said that this is again an area where we can deepen that cooperation and collaboration to see how we can develop policies and programs that can ensure that this diaspora can continue to contribute even more deeply to the social economic development of our two countries. We did indeed affirm, because the Prime Minister was telling me that the Jamaican diaspora is everywhere in almost every country on this earth. So he was wondering about the possibility of whether there is a Jamaican diaspora in Kenya. And I told him that, yes, I can confirm, given the fact that my wife's brother's mother comes from Jamaica. So, and she lives in Kenya and has lived all her life. So, for sure, you are everywhere. And we need to continue to work to see how we can continue to deepen our people-to-people relations as we also take advantage of our diaspora. Prime Minister, Kenya is a very strong supporter of South-South cooperation arrangements within the African, Caribbean, and Pacific States framework. And as I have done earlier, I commit again here that my government will remain steadfast in the push for the conclusion of the successor agreement and the accompanying regional protocols in time ahead of the expiry of the Cotonou Agreement in February of next year. Finally, Prime Minister, I would like to take this opportunity to request you to send a delegation to the forthcoming Commonwealth Women's Affairs ministerial meetings that will be hosted in Kenya from the 17th to the 20th of September. And finally, I take this opportunity to welcome you, Prime Minister, at a time of your convenience, to a state visit to Kenya, hopefully at the time also of the ACP summit that will be held in Nairobi towards the end of the year. And I believe that this will go a long way to deepening the already growing, solid partnership and cooperation that exists between our two governments, but more importantly, between our two nations and her peoples. Thank you for the invitation, and we're happy to be with you.
Thank you, President Kenyatta. And may we have an official handshake? PM, could you, if you could step on this side, right? So you switch sides, essentially, and have the official handshake for me. Switch sides? Yes, thank you. Yeah. And now for the photographers. Thank you so much, President Kenyatta, Prime Minister Holness. And President Kenyatta, I do know that you have a very packed agenda, and you do have a state dinner this evening at King's House. The Governor General is awaiting your presence. Before you go, may we invite you to sign the courtesy book. And we are aware that President Kenyatta and the entire delegation spent 24 hours traveling to Jamaica. So we do appreciate your being here, and we invite you to enjoy all that Jamaica has to offer. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for President Kenyatta and Prime Minister Holness. And so we thank President Kenyatta and the entire delegation for being with us this afternoon. We look forward to hosting you to the engagements tomorrow on Independence Day, the Grand Gala, and of course, at Denby 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being at the office of the Prime Minister. Happy Independence and good afternoon.